So let's go to our next lesson in my courses, which is going to be lesson 7. So lesson 7 we have due on March 22nd, and you will work through these different activities. Here's the discussion post that I had talked about earlier. There's a medical device identification activity that you can work through. These are useful videos that you can watch, how to classify your medical device and also how to do a recall. That's going to be useful because you're going to need to download this worksheet here. All right, so in this activity, what you're going to do is you're going to take these variety of devices that we have named over here, and you're going to figure out who manufactures the device, what the main function of the device is, common area of the hospital you expect to find the device, was there an FDA recall, and what is the FDA classification of the device. So for instance, I'll take Diplome Plus. You could say Hospira manufactures this. The main function is it's an infusion pump, dispenses fluids. What common areas, patient treatment areas, so patient bedrooms. You could put a variety of, ICU, any of these things that would use a infusion pump. I'm sure there was a recall on this. I'm not going to look at it right now. And it's going to be a class 2 device if I look it up in the search. So you're going to do that for the variety of medical devices I have listed there. And if you have trouble finding any of them, please send me an email. Let me know and I'll try to point you in the right direction. Okay, so then we're going to go, you have a little quiz on medical device regulations. Then if we go ahead and skip down to lesson 8, which is our next lesson, this lesson you'll be able to complete as well from the information that you have. There's another Fluke training that you can go into. There's some discussion posts. For this preventative maintenance discussion post, you're going to look at 1 or 2 of the videos and you're going to answer the questions below. And then for the medical device equipment management worksheet, let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, so in this activity, you're going to be using your Fluke Quality Assurance Handbook printout to complete this, but you're going to figure out, okay, you're going to use the inclusion assessment, which you should have seen in your Fluke training. You're going to use the risk-based inspection assessment, which once again you'll see in your Fluke training, and the maintenance strategy, which you will see in your Fluke training. So you want to make sure you take those Fluke trainings before you try to complete this document. And what you're going to do is you're going to select 5 pieces of equipment from this list to complete those tables for. So you want to make sure you're going to complete table 2, 3, 4 for each device. For each device, you're going to do that. You're going to summarize all that information in table 1, which is a summary of all your information. So in the end, you're going to submit this summary table, 5 versions of table 2, 5 versions of table 3, and 5 versions of table 4. Now, as you go through these things, you're going to have to make some assumptions and make some general calls of, okay, there's not enough information for me to say definitively who should take care of this equipment or whether we should do it in-house or get a service contract. I'm not concerned about that. What I'm concerned is that you just give a valid reason for each device that you choose. So as you work through this, let me give you an example. So you get down here to the maintenance strategy and you'll say, okay, you're not going to have warranty information, so that's not going to be available to you. But this check and ends, this would be, for instance, the beginning of the warranty, and the end would be when the warranty was over. So those are things, information you could enter if you had that. You don't have access to that information. So if you wanted to, you could assume sample dates and use that to go. So for instance, we may have a warranty for the first year and say, okay, from the beginning, from here to here, it's covered by warranty. After that, we're going to have the manufacturer take a look at it, or have a manufacturer service contract that ends indefinitely. or there's a variety of maintenance strategies here. Any of them will be acceptable, but just make sure that whatever you choose, you give a reason for why you went with that decision. And that's what I'm really looking at. I'm looking at your reasoning for why you chose the strategy that you did. If you have any questions on this, let me know. Hopefully everything goes smoothly, and I hope you get to experience the joys of taking care of a lot of medical devices. Remember, this is just a couple medical devices you're going through, and most hospitals are going to have many devices that would need to be considered. And so this gives you an idea of what people go through as they decide what to include or not include, and what to take care of and what not to take care of. So I hope you're ready for Lesson 7 and Lesson 8. Let me know if you need help with anything.